Hello everyone and welcome. Have you ever heard of a hero so strong he could fight monsters with 9 heads? Well, today I'm going to tell you the story of the greatest Greek hero of all time, the mighty Hercules.
So get yourselves comfortable, open your eyes and ears wide, because what I'm about to tell you is a real-life superhero story, but one that happened a long time ago. Let's do this.
And here he is, our hero, Hercules. And listen, he's not just anybody. His dad is Zeus himself, the king of all the gods on Mount Olympus. So you know this is going to be good, right?
Right from the moment he was born, Hercules was special. We're not just talking about a cute baby. Nope. We are talking about a baby with absolutely unbelievable strength. But unfortunately, his birth made someone very powerful, very angry. The goddess Hera, who was Zeus's wife, was incredibly jealous, and she decided she had to get rid of this baby that bothered her so much.
So one night, she came up with a horrible plan. She secretly sent 2 huge, dangerous, poisonous snakes to slither right into little Hercules' crib. Can you imagine? How scary is that?
You might be wondering, what could a tiny little baby, all alone in his bed, possibly do against 2 monsters like that? Is this the end of the story already? Not a chance. Baby Hercules, without even crying, just reached out his little hands, grabbed the snakes by the neck, and squeezed them so hard that he beat them like he was playing with a couple of stuffed animals. It was incredible. Everyone knew on that day that he was meant for an amazing future.
Hercules grew up and became a man with unbelievable strength, but his life wasn't easy. One day, because of the wicked Hera, he had to face his greatest challenge ever to be forgiven for a terrible thing he did, the famous 12 labors. King Eurystheus ordered him to complete 12 tasks, and these weren't just any old chores. They were missions so difficult that absolutely everyone thought they were impossible. He had to fight the Nemean lion, whose skin couldn't be pierced, capture a deer with golden hooves, and even tame Cerberus, the 3-headed dog of the underworld.
So hang on tight, because we're about to dive into 2 of his most spectacular feats. This is the stuff that made him a legend.
One of his missions was to fight a terrifying monster, the Hydra of Lerna. Just imagine a giant, reptilian creature with not 1 but 9 heads, spitting deadly poison.
So Hercules charges in, totally brave. He raises his sword and swoosh! He slices off the first head. But oh no, it's a trap. 2 new heads, even fiercer than the first, grow back instantly. He cuts off another one, and 2 more pop up. It was never ending. But Hercules was smart. He called his nephew Iolaus for help. Get a torch! As soon as Hercules cut off a head, Iolaus would burn the neck so nothing could grow back. Perfect teamwork. And for the very last head, the one that was immortal, he buried it under a giant boulder. Victory.
Another mission seemed impossible, but for a totally different reason. He had to clean the stables of King Augeas. The problem? They hadn't been cleaned in 30 years. Yuck! It was so filthy, nobody even dared to go near them.
So how did he do it? Did he grab a broom and a bucket? Of course not. Hercules was strong, but he was also super smart. He had a brilliant idea. He dug a channel to divert 2 rivers and made all the water rush right through the stables. Whoosh! In a single day, the current swept everything away and left the stables perfectly clean. Pretty clever, huh?
By completing these 12 labors and many other amazing feats, Hercules went from being just a hero to becoming a true immortal legend.
You know, what made Hercules such a great hero wasn't just his muscles. It was also his incredible courage in the face of danger, his determination to never, ever give up, and his toughness to always see his missions through to the end, even when everything seemed hopeless. He showed us that no matter how big the monster or how hard the task, with willpower and a little bit of cleverness, you can overcome any obstacle. And that's why his story still inspires us today.
So there you have it, the story of the great Hercules. And now it's your turn to dream. If you could have one superpower just like Hercules, which one would you choose? Strength? Intelligence? Or maybe something else? Think about it. See you next time for another adventure.